I want to take you on a museum-style walk through the history of love spells, without demonstrations, without recipes, without how-to tips, just the timeline, the context, what it says about us. Let's start at the beginning. In the earliest cities of Mesopotamia, love and desire weren't just feelings, they were forces tangled up with fate, health, prosperity. People looked to ritual specialists to negotiate with the unseen, the way we'd consult a doctor or a counselor today. The point wasn't fireworks. It was order, making life predictable in a chaotic world. In ancient Egypt, affection and fertility were part of a cosmic balance. Written words, amulets and spoken formulas were thought to carry power because language itself was creative. If you believed the universe listened, then speaking carefully mattered. Greece and Rome reframed the idea through philosophy, law, household religion. Desire could be a virtue, a madness, a civic complication. City-states legislated marriage, inheritance, while private seekers tried to sway fortune at the margins. The line between prayer, medicine, magic was fuzzy and hotly debated. As empires shifted, so did the moral landscape. Late antiquity introduced new theologies and stricter lenses around sex, consent, spiritual authority. Medieval Europe preserved fragments in manuscripts, court records, often as warnings. Meanwhile, the Islamic Golden Age catalogued knowledge with remarkable rigor, distinguishing natural philosophy, occult speculation, and arguing over acceptable petition, illicit coercion. The Renaissance revived curiosity about antiquity. Humanists read old texts with fresh eyes. Printers spread ideas quickly. Elites dabbled in learned magic. Common folk held on to vernacular traditions. Across the Atlantic, colonization collided with indigenous cosmologies, African cosmologies, creating syncretic practices that carried memory, resistance, identity through oppression. Then came the early modern anxiety, witch trials, accusations often fixated on the entanglement of sex, power, and fear. These moments tell us less about spells and more about social control, gender dynamics, and scapegoating when communities were under stress. The 19th century added new layers: romanticism, spiritualism, mass media, newspapers, pamphlets, catalogs turned the mystical into consumer goods. In the 20th century, occult revivals mingled with psychology, self-help, pop culture. By the late 1900s, film television made the trope global. The love spell became a plot device, sometimes whimsical, sometimes dark, reflecting cultural debates about autonomy and desire. Anthropologists offer a useful lens. Rituals are technologies of hope. Whether or not they change the world, they can change the person, focusing attention, reducing uncertainty, giving a sense of agency. Sociologists add that markets rush in wherever hope gathers. That's why you find services, charms, promises, street stalls, high-end boutiques, algorithmic ads, ready to monetize longing. Ethically, the core question is consent. Love isn't a resource to be extracted, it's a relationship between equals. Traditions around the world emphasize boundaries in different ways, but modern conversations keep circling the same point. Influencing another person's will through pressure, deception, ritual, misses the whole idea of mutual connection. Scientifically, there's no evidence that words alone can override another mind. But there's evidence that rituals can shape our own behavior, how we present ourselves, how we interpret signals, how persistent we are. Today, the internet has taken this old human wish and strapped it to a recommendation engine. Trends flare. Communities form. Skeptics and believers argue in the same comment thread. The timeline keeps moving, but the motive remains ancient. To be seen, chosen, cherished. So what does this history teach me? That longing is universal. That people reach for meaning when outcomes matter. And that the most reliable magic in relationships still looks very human. Honesty, respect, patience, the courage to accept a real answer, yes,